Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going over lesson 3.2. Again, this is Math 2 notes, not the Honors Math 2 notes, but they are very similar, so I'm doing it all at the same time. The method that you will need to use, or the method that I'm going to teach you, if your A does not equal 1, is called slide and divide. So solve the same way as when your A equals 1 by, but then divide factors by A, which is called slide and divide. So both classes should have access to this problem, number 1. So your A is 6, your B is 13, and your C is -5. So is there GCF? Is there a greatest common factor in 6x squared, 13x, and -5? No. Does A equal 1? No. So once you answer no, what you're going to do is take your A and multiply it to your C. So now, instead of that 6x squared, you're going to have x squared plus 13x minus 30. And then you're going to factor just like we did in lesson 3.1. So now our A is 1. We can use our big X method. Our B is on the left side. Our C is on the right. Our B is 13 still. Our C now is -30. And we want two numbers that multiply to give us 30, but also add and subtract to give us 13. Well, 3 and 10 is going to fit that bill. We're going to need to make one of them negative, though. So, if we try to make one of them negative, that's not going to give us our positive 13 or our negative 30. So let's try another set of numbers. How about 2 and 15? In this case, we can get our -30 and our positive 13 by making that 2 negative. So -2 plus 15 gives us positive 13, and a negative times a positive gives us a -30. That's what we wanted. So if we were just factoring this x squared plus 13x minus 30, we would have a factored form of x minus 2 times x plus 15. But this wasn't the equation that we started with. The equation we started with had a 6. Well, that A that we moved, the A that we slid, we also have to divide by that number we slid. The method isn't just called slide, it's called slide and divide. So we're going to divide our factors, our magic numbers, by that A we slid. Before we do anything else, we have to simplify those fractions. So in this case, we have x minus 1 over 3. And for the second parentheses, we have x plus 5 over 2. If you cannot simplify to a whole number, the denominator moves in front of the x. So then we have 3x minus 1 and 2x plus 5. And that would be our factored form. So let's do another one. Trying to look for one that both of you guys are going to have, honors and math 2. So let's do number 4. All right. Let's say it equals 0. So in this case, we're looking to see if there's a GCF, and there's not. So no, or none. Does A equal 1? No. Because A does not because A does not equal 1, we're going to slide and divide. So we're going to slide that A to that C. We're going to have x squared plus 44 x minus 245. And we're going to want two numbers that multiply to give us our C, but also add to give us our 44. So you can create your tables, you can use your calculator, do what you need to. That 245 ends with a 5, so I would start with a 5. Hopefully we can see 5 times 49 gives us our 245. And then to get that negative 245 and to get that positive 440, we're going to have a negative 5. So our magic numbers make our factored form. And that's if we had started with this equation, but we didn't. We started with this one, where the A was 7. So we're going to have to divide by 7, because the method's not just slide, it's slide and divide. Can't simplify 5 over 7, so the denominator moves to the front. You can simplify 49 over 7, which is 7. So here is your factored form. Now, the reason why I added this to equal to 0, the rest of your lesson 3.2 talks about taking this and finding your solutions. So if we go to the second page, and you can pause it for a second, all of this is saying is that you're going to get it to your factored form, and you're going to take each part of your factored form and set it equal to 0. And that is going to give you your solutions. So if we go back to the one we just did, we already have it equal to 0. And yes, if I went too fast, you can go back and pause it so you can copy down those steps. Already equals 0, so you don't have to move anything to get where we're at. First part is 7x minus 5, and we're going to set it equal to 0. Well, plus 5 plus 5, 7x equals positive 5. Divide by 7, x equals 5 over 7. We also have this part to the right, which is x plus 7. I'm going to set it equal to 0. Minus 7 on both sides. X equals negative 7. So our solutions is positive 5/7 and negative 7. So that was the only thing that was left to these notes. Remember, come to class prepared to ask questions. Thanks, guys.